person is told that they're carrying many neshamas on their back or something like that, but it's not necessarily inside them. Like, what does that mean? Or is there such a concept of carrying other neshamas on your back?
First of all, the easiest way to explain it is a father and a mother, they have 8 kids, they're carrying 8 neshamas on their back. They're responsible for these neshamas. That's carrying them on my back. I'm carrying on me the souls of my kids, because what I do affects my kids right away. When they're 30, 40, that's a totally different thing. Till bar and bar mitzvah, I'm 100% responsible for the neshamot of my kids.
So we're making our lives harder, basically.
Excuse me?
We're making our lives harder.
Your life harder?
Every child you have.
It's not about making your life harder. I wouldn't look at it as harder. I look at it as a huge merit that Hashem gave me a bunch of neshamot to take care of. It's a huge merit. It's not harder.
But it's about being non-selfish. I mean, because
that's for sure.
Having a life, doing anything she wanted, probably, and these children, or any children, keep you... you have to give up your life, basically.
So do you think the person who has
your whole life?
Person who Hashem has given more kids to has more issues of their own to work on?
No.
Because your kids basically
No.
bring out the best in you, but it's supposed to help you.
No, you don't have more issues if you have more kids. It doesn't work like that.
Really?
Well, you have.
Sometimes.
I would call you every day if I was.
Sometimes people have one kid that is worse than 10 kids.
Right. A lot of people say that. You could have 10 good kids, and a person has one kid who pulls out more energy than.
Why in every family is there always like one? Like, do you think every family has one that just like, what are you doing? Where did you come from?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's a right analogy. I know families that they have 5 of that one.
Yeah.
Well, the more you have, the numbers.
And I know families that I don't know. It's not. The thing is that there's no black and white and there's no rules here. And a person doesn't mean that he has more issues because he has more kids. And it doesn't mean that Hashem has more trust in you because you have more kids than another one. It doesn't. That's not how it works. There's a reason why you have 8 kids and she has 6 kids and he has 5 kids. There's a reason for that.
She chose.
The kids choose the parents, by the way, not the parents choose the kids.
I've heard that. They choose the family they come.
The soul that comes.
What do you mean they choose?
Before the soul.
You're the worst mother ever. Why would
Did
you ever
it come
pick
from
me?
Judaism? I thought it was some
Yeah.
other kind of Buddhism.
No, the kids, the souls of the kids, they choose the parents.
He chose her to be the mother to take care of him when he died.
I thought the kids. We don't have those choices in this world. We can't pick our parents. We can't pick our.
In most cases, no. In most cases, when the soul is about to come down to this world, if the soul has enough schut, enough merits, then they ask the soul, they tell the soul, this is what you have to fix. Where do you want to get born? You following?
Wow.
If the soul in Shamayim, in the Beis Din, has schut, they're telling the soul, you have to go back down to this world and you have to fix this, this, and this. Where do you want to get born? So the soul has to fix the sin of stealing. So it will ask to be born in a family with a lot of money that doesn't going to have such a yetzer hara to steal. And if the soul has to fix the sin of forbidden relations of arayot, it will ask, put me in a very frum family that I'm not going to have to deal with boys, girls. Sometimes the souls choose where they want to go. And they choose the parents.
I'm going to tell my kids that.
But do neshamas
say like...
Not all of them, but not all of them.
Pick me, honey.
Can neshamas, someone told me that neshamas stay in family groups.
Not always.
Not always, but do they? Is there a reason why they would go out of their soul group, or
some of the neshamot? Some of the neshamot. I think this kind of answers your question, Shira. That one. Some of the neshamot are probably coming from a different tree, and it's where did you come from? Honestly, the bottom line, nobody really knows. Right. We don't understand. These are things that we really don't understand how it works. Right. In general, we know that the only type of neshama that is stick to the same one constantly is a husband and wife. It's not kids, not parents. There is a connection. Excuse me?
Not brothers and sisters.
No. Only husband and wife is the same neshama, and they always come back together.
Wait, say it again? No.
Only a husband and wife is one neshama, and they come back together.
I don't agree.
What What if they get
I
divorced?
saw-
What if someone dies young?
What?
Spouse. What if someone gets divorced? And what if which
Okay,
which
well-
neshama comes back? The first one or
It's
second?
not about agreeing. I don't invent these
Wait,
things.
it says that, I wanna know, it says that?
says that.
That a husband and wife are the same
Neshama.
neshama.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right,
What about
like
agree?
Shira said, what if they are divorced, or what if
you've been
someone passed away
divorced?
early, young, and they
What if-
remarry and?
Okay, that's-
Engagement or things
Okay,
like that,
yeah.
like in the
Well,
olden
What do
days,
you come
getting
back with?
engaged
Like
was
my
like
kids asked,
marriage.
like they're soft to remarried at 80. Does she come back with the first guy? That
The
she
first
had
guy.
kids with, or
The
second
first
one?
guy. Listen, there's many rules of all these
You don't like
exceptions,
the first guy.
but the
You divorced him. You don't like him. Why would you want like?
so could very much be that it's not the right shidduch. You know that 90% of the people who are married in our generation, it's not the real other half.
That sounds so scary.
But that's the reality.
How do you know then? How do you make it? How do you for your own kids? How do you make it?
In our generation, and even in other generations, but our generation, there's a lot of chaos, and a lot of the couples are not the right couple. Because in our generation, 100 years ago, they would go on a shidduch and then get matched and get married.
The cinema are doing it right. You're saying.
I didn't say that who's doing what right. I'm
Well,
just
they're
saying.
doing what-
I'm just saying that in our generations, people, Jews, go on dates. They date for 3 years. I'm not talking about frum people. They date. They live with each other for 5 years. Who says it's the right one? Half of the marriage is because it's convenient, because she's beautiful, he has money, you know, the fam, whatever. Who says it's the right shidduch? It's not.
Well, that's how do we know? How do we help to plan the right one? How do we find the right one for our kids?
Well, first of all, and most important, that when you live the path of the Torah, then you have what's called sayata dishmaya. You have help from above. And when you don't go in the path of the Torah, you don't have this assistance. And a lot of the couples in our generations are not the right. They're not the right shidduch. They might live with each other. Maybe they can't even stand each other. How do you really know? Yeah, you have to go on the right path that you know that it's the other half. Now, a lot of times, yeah, one loses, one of the spouses lives. It doesn't mean that the next one that comes is, annuls the first one from being the right other half. Sometimes it's the second one. Sometimes you come down here and you get married and you lose your other half. The other half is somewhere else. There's so many different variations, and I'm not making it up that you're saying agree, not agree. You know, this is what the teachings of Kaballah teaches us, the sources. And Kabbalah teaches us that the only two that are one, that they keep coming back together and they're together later, is only the husband and wife when it's the real shidduch. It's not that you're disconnected from the souls of your parents and your kids or siblings. Ultimately, we're one big thing. We're all united. But in the place, you have to understand that it also depends where we are holding. Because right now, all the souls that are in Gan Eden is a waiting place. It's a temporary place. So one neshama can be in this place in Gan Eden, one neshama is this place in Gan Eden. Why? Because this guy was doing a lot of mitzvahs and learning Torah, and his son wasn't 100%, so he's here. Are they separate? Spiritually, they're in different places, but they're still connected.